Hello everyone, it's Gina from orchid.opal.com, and today I'm back with the bargain bead box for June 2022. It arrived a tiny bit later than it normally does, but they were nice enough to send an email update to let us know and give us the status on it. If you're interested in trying out this monthly subscription, which I highly recommend, I have a coupon code, it's Opal2, that will save you $2 off your first month. And as it is, it's only $19.49 per month, which includes free shipping if you're in the US. And when you average that out, it almost always comes down to about $1 per item that you get in the monthly contents, which is awesome. And they include gemstone beads along with your other glass and metallic components and things. So it's a fabulous deal. Today we get to find out what our theme and the color scheme is for June. It's always something different. So let's just go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. All right, so our theme is called Solstice Warmth. We have a paragraph there at the top that tells us a little bit about what to expect and what the inspiration was behind the theme. And also on that page, you get that generous 30% off coupon code to use at their sister store, Beadbox Bargains, which I just recently shared. You get a coupon for them every month, along with your subscription, which you can use multiple times throughout the month, by the way. And they also run a contest where you can randomly get picked to win credit to Beadbox Bargains if you make something with the contents of your subscription and share that photo with them via email or Facebook. I also want to point out something here on this paragraph. It says that simple but high-end findings include hypoallergenic stainless steel and 18-karat gold-plated copper and brass. So there may be some more information about that on the other side where our contents are listed, but it looks like they may be looking into including some higher end findings in certain cases, which is always welcome. Our beads, of course, are in this tissue paper bundle. And here is a sneak peek of our organza bag full of all sorts of warm earthy tones and also some golden colored findings this month. So right now I'll get organized and we can jump into this unbagging and see all these contents close up one at a time. We're going to start out with some of our findings, and in bag number 1 we have 3 pieces of 10 by 7 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass spring rings. I haven't seen these clasps in quite a while. These are not listed as the stainless steel variety, but I do see that the next 3 items have the indication on the list that they are the gold-plated stainless steel. And in bag number 2, we have 10 pieces of the 17 by 18 millimeter fishhook ear wires. Again, these are the stainless. So they are hypoallergenic, they look to be in great shape, and I like the fact that they're different from the spring and ball ear wires that we see a lot. These have a spring, but it's kind of in a bicone shape. Next up in package number 3, we have 30 pieces of 6 millimeter 18 karat gold plated stainless steel jump rings. So I don't have to take these out. We know what they look like and what they are, but it's good to have these handy items that go together and coordinate with our other gold findings this month, especially if you don't already have these items in your stash. Maybe you're a newer beader. The bargain bead box would be awesome for you also because it provides you with a number of different coordinating findings, helping you to put things together directly from just one package. And bag number 4 has 10 pieces of freshwater pearl and stainless steel links. I love these. These are so pretty, and it's a bonus that they use the stainless steel for the links. It's going to prevent this metal from quickly tarnishing. And you can see these pearls are in good shape. They're all a little bit different, of course, because they are freshwater pearls, and they are a natural material, and they have that beautiful mother of pearl shine. And now we start getting into some beads here with bag number 5. We have an approximately 15-inch strand of 8 millimeter round glass beads in the color called alabaster / magma. Gorgeous, kind of caramelly, golden brown combination with a luster finish, which make these look extra glossy. And it's kind of a half and half color combination, so part of the bead has that darker shade and it fades into that lighter shade of gold. In bag number 6, we have 50 pieces of 5.5mm gold finish pewter daisy spacers. And many of us are familiar with the little daisy spacers. Nothing too terribly exciting, but a handy item to have, of course, along with our other golden colored findings, and will allow us to add some pops of metallic in between some of these glass and gemstone beads. In bag number 7, we have 20 pieces of 9x7mm half matte glass cylinder beads in apricot shimmer. Another kind of golden, warm, neutral color. You have the frosted look on either side of these barrel shapes and the smooth and transparent glass that shows up in the banding at the center. We'll now take a look at some of our gemstone beads with bag number 8. This is a 15-inch strand of 6mm carnelian round beads. Wonderful as always to see some of these gemstone beads popping up in such an inexpensive monthly subscription, and these aren't the only ones that we'll see in this set of items either. So we have this long strand of the carnelian, which brings us some of that deeper, darker burnt orange color. And in bag number 9, we have a 20-piece strand of 8x6mm faceted crystal fancy rondelles in the color called bisque. Looks like they're called fancy rondelles because of the extra faceting they have, which gives us a lot more sparkle. There's a lot of different angles for the light to bounce off of, and we also have what looks to be an AB coating, giving us a little bit of that iridescence, which really elevates these light beige glass beads. It looks like I've got one there that's got a imperfection, but oh well, that's not really a big deal. This strand, of course, bringing us some of the lighter neutral to our palette. And then in bag number 10, there is a meter of 3x2mm stainless steel jewelry chain. So more stainless steel with the gold plating, which costs more, by the way. When you pick out stainless steel findings in general, I find they cost more than simply plated brass findings. So that adds a little bit of value. And also the bonus that it's hypoallergenic and reduces the chance of it tarnishing. It's just a more durable material to work with overall. And we have, as usual, our meter of chain. We typically see a bag containing some various type of chain with our contents in the color coordinated metal, and this is enough to use across multiple projects. And then in bag number 11, we have 2 pieces of 19.5x17mm 18 gold plated brass chandelier findings. These have a beautiful shiny coating and a high quality feel. They're not terribly thick, but they don't feel chintzy in any way. They actually feel well made. And I like that 18 karat gold plating. It's done very well. We have a lot of spiral-like details here and 5 loops at the bottom, 1 at the top. You could use these to create a multi-strand necklace in addition to chandelier earrings if you'd like to. And then in bag number 12, we have a 8-inch strand of 8mm sardonyx round beads. These are gemstone beads, of course, and we have the beautiful banding on many of them, including some of the white that's mixed with the really deep pumpkin orange and various shades in between. I think this is a perfect stone choice to add to the mix of this palette, especially with the carnelian, which are more of a solid color overall. This bag isn't labeled, but it's number 13 with a 7.5-inch strand of 10mm matte electroplated druzy agate beads. So we have even more stone beads, this time in a larger 10 millimeter size. You can see we're getting a nice range of sizes of beads in the subscription. And there you can see that druzy detail in this bead in particular. They're all going to be a little bit different. And every once in a while you see those spots pop up on these druzy style beads. And this strand bringing us an additional type of finish as well. They're matte, so if you want to use these in combination with some other shinier beads, that always makes for an interesting combination. And they're also more of a brownish and golden brown tone overall. In bag 14, there's 2 pieces of 18 to 21 millimeter agate with 18 karat gold plated copper drops. These are really cool. So if you have 2 that look maybe closer as far as color, these are almost a little bit too different for me to want to use them in a pair of earrings. Well, some spots they look very similar. But you could, of course, use these incorporated into a pendant design as well. They've got that simple wire-wrapped detail that keeps these drop beads in place and provides you with that loop there at the top all ready to go to incorporate in your jewelry making. In bag 15, we have a 51 by 23 millimeter resin druzy styled geode slice in quotation marks pendant in the color called Warm Peach. And this is very lightweight because it is resin. This is not actual stone, unfortunately. It does look pretty realistic though, if you're not holding it, and it does cut down on the weight of the stone too, if you're wearing this incorporated as a pendant. I like the fact that they still have that sparkle that's inside. They were able to achieve that with the resin, even though this isn't a natural material. And you've got some of that gold around the outside, which matches the gold findings that we have provided. And you could leave this just as is, or perhaps do something else with this pendant, including some type of wire work or bead work in the form of a bezel, for example. Up next is bag number 16, containing a 12-inch strand of 4 millimeter crystal faceted round beads in lavender AB. These beads are super shimmery and overall have more of a taupe color appearance than anything having to do with purple, as the name suggests. So it's another earthy shade, just more of a cooler shade to go with our warm tones. And you can see that sparkling iridescence reflecting from the surfaces of these facets as the light hits the beads. And our final item is in bag number 17. This is a 30 by 24 millimeter carnelian teardrop pendant. And I wanted to hold this up to the light so you could really see the detail in this stone pendant. They're all going to be a little bit different, of course, because they're a natural material. And you have the hole that's already drilled there for you at the top. This is another great candidate for maybe some wire wrapping or bead weaving. The top of the pendant, or the front, is sort of domed, and then it's got this flat back. And that concludes the contents of our June 2022 bargain bead box with the summer solstice theme. That changes every single month, so next month is going to be something totally different. And they change up the colors of the findings as well. I think it's been a little while since we've seen gold, and I love the fact that they've come back with so many of these stainless steel varieties, which adds more durability and a little bit more value. We had 17 total bags of items for this subscription that cost $19.49, including the shipping, which is awesome. And sometimes you even see more quantities of content show up. I know this month they were having supply chain issues, as are most companies out there right now, but they still were able to send us the monthly package in a reasonable amount of time with the combination of glass and gemstone beads and components that coordinate well together, which I think works out well for both newer beaders and existing beaders alike. And I wasn't able to share finished pieces from last month's bargain bead box because of so many things going on in my schedule, and I was also out of town for over a week, so I had to really prioritize what I was working on. But I hope to be back sometime this month, hopefully to show you some finished pieces based on this month's bargain bead box content. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's box or the bargain bead box in general. Don't forget you can use the coupon code OPAL2 to save $2 off your first month if you would like to try them out. And I'll leave that as well as the link to the subscription right down below the video. If you enjoyed checking out these contents up close, definitely give the video a big thumbs up and feel free to share it with your other beading friends. Thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing. I always love to have you, and I hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, I hope you also have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.